Welcome to Village in Motion on this Tuesday, November 29th. My goodness, December's just around the corner, 2005. And we have such an interesting, usual program, Who's Who, and help me welcome the DeOlazos here. Welcome, Remi and Ben. We're glad to have you here. Okay, we know that we've got some interesting things to share with residents about your backgrounds. Remi, start us off. Like, you are from where?
We are from the Philippines.
We're from the Philippines. My goodness. But do you still call that home?
Oh, yes, we still do, but we've been away from the Philippines for so long, more than 50 years, that we feel like this is our home now.
Okay, Ben, we're going to let you kind of tell us where you've been in those 50 years. You were born in the Philippines.
I was born in the Philippines and had my education there.
And your specialty was?
Financial. And I worked for a State Department for 36 and a half years.
36 and a half years with the State Department.
With the State Department. Also, when AID, or International Development, was part of State Department. And when they offered to send me overseas, I took the opportunity
to go overseas.
To go overseas because the pay is good.
Oh, the pay is good.
The pay is good.
Now the truth
living conditions are good. You're supplied with everything in the government. So
now I want to go back a minute because we sort of skipped a process here. Like you had worked in the Philippines for the
American Embassy.
For the American Embassy. And then you and Remi at some point got married.
We met
in Laos.
No, we met in the embassy.
In the embassy here.
Okay, we met in the embassy.
She was with the U.S. Educational Foundation while I was the head of the Budget and Fiscal Office in American Embassy.
Okay, okay. So
we were assigned, I was assigned to go to Laos. And I did. And a month after, we had somebody who tried to create a job for Remi as library advisor of the mission.
Okay, because your specialty is library science.
Yes.
Yes.
Where did you do your work, Remi?
You mean
your education?
I did my graduate work at Syracuse University.
Syracuse University. Hey, Syracusans. Okay.
And I went back to the Philippines. I taught in some universities, and then later on there was an opening at the American Embassy, which as administrative assistant for the U.S. Educational Foundation. And that was an interesting job for me. That was where we met.
That's when you met, and you went to Laos.
Yes.
I didn't say that right, but
a month after,
she came along.
She came along.
So what happened?
We tried to get married.
You tried to get married.
But I don't have the credentials with me.
You didn't have your birth certificate.
My birth certificate was missing. So a diplomatic party was ready for us, and I don't have the blessing of the church yet.
So we flew to Bangkok.
Thailand.
We flew to Thailand to get married there.
That is the first wedding, is civil wedding.
The first wedding was a civil wedding.
Civil wedding.
Okay, and then?
The second wedding was a Lao wedding, wherein they tie your wrists.
You tie your hands together.
And make a lot of symbols and sayings which we don't understand.
You don't understand them, but you knew that you were getting hitched.
Yes. And then finally, after completing all of the requirements, we finally get married in the Catholic Cathedral in Laos.
Oh, so you finally got your papers, and wedding number 3 stuck,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
We're still together.
And we're still together. 50, how many years?
Oh, that's
46 probably.
56.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's one of the interesting things. We're going to now. You lived and worked in a number of countries, right?
Mhm.
You want to kind of one after another. Can you tell us where you worked?
Yes. Originally, we were transferred to Laos. Then, in Laos, civil war came, and we were all evacuated to Thailand.
To Thailand.
For 5 years, we have been there. The mission is absent from Laos, but in Thailand, operating. Then we came to the States, or from Laos, came to the States. But I found out later that upon arrival here, I was hoping, and I was told that I can get a job at State Department, which was false.
Was false.
Non-citizens cannot work with the U.S. government here in the United States.
Okay,
Or
so
regardless of whether you are qualified under the U.S. Civil Service Commission rules, it doesn't count.
okay, you've got to be a citizen.
You've got to be a citizen.
So you had to wait your time out.
Yes, in the meantime, I work for Raytheon Company and Washington Post.
Washington Post.
Yes, I work for Washington Post until we had the requirement for naturalization. After naturalization, I became a legal
Citizen.
legal citizen, and I work as a GS employee at first at State Department in Washington.
Okay.
Different assignments, decentralization
Okay.
and centralization of
Okay.
different countries.
Okay. All right. Let's get to the number of countries you worked in. You can help him, Remi. Where did you live?
Well, first we were in Southeast Asia, of course, in Thailand and in Laos. And when we went into the U.S. Foreign Service, we were in Africa, several countries in Africa, in South Africa, Swaziland,
West.
and Central West Africa. Then we went to Nepal, Guatemala. Where else did we go?
Now, but several countries, and we're going to show what you brought back in just a few minutes. But you, somewhere along the line, you had family, didn't you?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We had family.
Of course, 3 of our children were born in Thailand.
No,
Three?
Two.
No,
in
2
Thailand.
of them, and one was born in Laos, the youngest.
In Laos.
And so
You have 3.
we have
Yeah,
3.
they were all educated here in the States.
So they're U.S. educated. Well, they're U.S. citizens.
Yes.
Yes.
Clearly. Okay. So there's about 12, 13 different countries, 3 children, raising them in all these countries. And any experience that stands out of, boy, this was the highlight of everything? Any?
Probably our most cherished memories are those of our life in other countries.
In other countries.
In other countries. That was quite an experience for us.
Well, you were kind of a high uppity up in your in your jobs, weren't you?
Yes, I
Yeah.
was an FSO1. already.
FSO1. I'm not sure what that means, but I know
that
it
is
was
the
kind
highest grade in the Foreign Service.
Very good. Very
And
good.
I was lucky.
You were lucky. Okay, well, we're lucky because Ben and Remi invited me into your wonderful apartment, and we took some video. So could we start that video now? And we're going to let you talk about as we show it. And we'll stop in a few minutes. Okay, what have we got here, Ben?
That was a sword given to me by the nomads of Niamey in Niger. And they have that they're showing all of those engraved leather case and some sword that are marked. I don't know what the markings are. I think they are Muslim.
You can't read them, but you
I
know
cannot
they.
read them.
But
But it was given to us by the nomads of Niger.
okay, and why did they give it to you? Oh, look at what we got
Oh.
now.
We have, this is another Niger kind of blade that is an emblem of their religion, I think. It has that inscription in the same way as that swagger stick was given, and it consists of 3 blades, and it has to be put together properly.
You know, and they fit, and they really are meant to be together.
They are meant to be together, and I have 3 sets of those.
You have 3
I have
sets.
3 because 3 nomads gave it to me at the same time.
They appreciated what you were doing, didn't they?
Because I was going after office hours to the marketplace where they sell their wares and walk with them with their stinking camels and the
Stinking camels.
John Kennedy Bridge all the way to Ouagadougou.
And what were you doing while he was doing that, Remi?
I don't know where I was at the time, but this was when we were in Cameroon. And as one of that I was in Cameroon. I worked also as worked with the American Embassy in Cameroon. And
okay. So what did you do with the embassy?
well, I worked as a consultant librarian when we were in Laos.
Library.
And then it's library work. And later on, I also worked with a secretary to the ambassador in Cameroon. And I held other positions. Oh yeah, I also worked as an assistant to the personnel officer.
I'm sure.
And
helping to employ and
yes,
so on.
interviewing applicants.
Sure,
and
sure.
It was a very
Okay, let's
interesting
go on with
job.
it. We're showing now another. This is the silver
This
one.
was a silver dagger that was given to us by my secretary when we were in Guatemala, I think. Guatemala. And
No, that's in Nepal,
in
eh?
Nepal. And it represents the 8 symbols of prosperity. That is, there is inscription again, which I don't understand. I never found out what it is.
But you know they have meaning.
They have meaning according to their religion.
Okay. This is another very, very unique.
This is a kris from Moreland in the Philippines, which is their weapons. Self-defending.
Self-defending. Defending.
The one on the right, on the left, was a swagger stick from Ivory Coast. And when you open that one, it has a blade inside. And what I experienced in Ivory Coast is when I have that in my hand walking, for my exercise, people would go to the other side of the road to walk, just to evade me.
They didn't want to tangle
They
with
know
us.
what it is.
They know what's in that case. Okay, all right. Let's go on with the video, please.
That's
I'll tell you, I don't know. I bet Remi has to toe the mark, or she would be afraid of these.
This was the first one was the kukri from Nepal, a World War II bayonet from the Philippines, and swagger sticks made by the prisoners in Muntinlupa in the Philippines.
By prisoners? Is that
prisoners?
Oh.
Prisoners.
Oh, okay.
And they have also Lao swagger sticks. This one is a kukri of Nepal, which was used by the Nepalese to fight
Oh boy, look at that.
one another.
Yeah. I want to behave when I'm around you with those.
That's a Lao grass cutter.
Grass cutter.
Grass cutter. We call it sakate
Uh-huh.
for the grasses.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And we have lots of swagger sticks and swords from the Philippines too, and Laos.
There's that
These
one with
are the inlaid pears, mahogany. Some of them have blades inside, and you use this one for swagger sticks.
Now, swagger sticks means a weapon, a
No,
protection.
a protection,
Protection.
a protective thing that just in case you have trouble, you can.
Pull it out.
Pull
and
it
use
out.
Okay. All right. Let's go on.
I guess that's
Now, with these animals, tell me about them.
These animals are from South Africa. We got it long before we were able to go to South Africa ourselves.
Uh-huh.
But except for those deer, the tusks, some of them get broken on the way on our way out from different countries. Because you have to pack. This is a hippo in stone from Cameroon.
In stone.
In stone, and
Well, now we're seeing the
elephants from Kenya, and luckily we have a 3-footer elephant tusk that came from Cameroon.
two elephant
Two
tusks.
a pair each.
That's another task.
That one is a ostrich egg.
Ostrich egg. Oh,
That's
how
an
about
ostrich
that?
egg.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Now that came from,
This came from Kenya.
is that ivory?
No, it's not. That's
it's
the
an egg.
Oh, it's an egg. It's a real,
The
that's
ivory
right.
are the ones that are on the sides
Yes,
there. That,
yes, right, okay. All right, well, that's, we've got some other things. Let's go on with the tape, please.
Uh,
Oh, there's the ivory.
There's
the ivory. The ivory. We have a license to take it out of Cameroon.
I hope residents, I want to be
Because-
sure residents know what you said. You just said you have a license.
No, we actually got those before there was a ban for selling ivories.
Surely. Oh, now, look, we're showing the light
We have
fixture.
three chandeliers in our apartments made of shells.
Made
This
of
one,
shells?
yeah, made of shells. This one is made of the capis shells, which are common in the Philippine coastal waters and other parts of the Pacific Ocean. Now, we have? This is one that we have in our bedroom, which is made of ordinary shells we find in our beaches, and we call them sigay, and the little ones are the canos shells, and that's in the master bedroom.
How are they held together, Remi?
Oh, well,
They are
I
sewn.
really don't know, but
Oh.
they
It's a
are.
handicraft.
I think
It's a handicraft.
it's a handicraft. They do a lot of that in the Philippines. We have another one. Oh, this is a lampshade, also made out of the capis shells. This is another kind that's in our office. It's in our bedroom, which we converted into an office, and they are made of the same shells, sigay and the canos shells, and
Very delicate.
Yes. Those pictures, I think we'll have a better picture of the, better shot of those pictures. Tell us, while we're seeing those pictures there,
oh, that's a picture of our families. Ben, I come from a family of 12.
12.
And I am the sixth one from the top to the right,
Okay, you go from the top to the right.
clockwise. And the one on the top is Ben comes from a family of 7. No, that's my family. And the one on the top, above that,
There we
that's Ben's. Oh, that's still my family.
We're still with Remi.
But anyway, the one above that is that of Ben. There are 7 of them in their families.
We'll get there, I'm sure. Oh, we didn't. Let's go ahead with that, please. Yeah, let's not stop the tape now. Let's see the rest of it.
Oh, there's Ben's family. The one in the said are his parents, and the 7 of them are around.
Those are nice pictures.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go from that. Have you been back to see your? Let's tell us. Well, let's not stop the tape anymore, please. Let's go right ahead. Yeah. You can talk about that.
That is the emblem that was given by the Agency for International Development when I retired.
After 35 years.
36 years.
36.
And this is a certificate given by former President Reagan, nominating me as a Foreign Service officer, a consular officer, and a secretary in the Diplomatic Corps of the United States. This was confirmed by the Senate as well.
Okay, and these are what?
Oh, those are samples of Philippine wooden carvings. They are of a dancing couple wearing the traditional Philippine clothes, and that's another one in the center.
Is that
the one in the center is not Filipino. This was the prize-winning sculpture of a contest in Haiti.
In Haiti, okay. Now we've got the what your sister brought you.
Yeah, our sister sent this and brought it through SAS at one time and hand-carried it to our place.
Okay, tell us about it.
These are only different shells found in the Philippines. And
all shells.
Yeah.
Okay, now we got in your...
different kinds of ivory carvings we have from all over Africa. A collection of
just carvings.
Just carvings. This was the a Buddha given to us on our Lao wedding by an American couple who lives in our apartment, and representing the Buddha in Ayutthaya, which was the former capital of Thailand.
That was a very...
You have a respect for religion. It has to be above everybody said.
That's why it's up.
That's why
it's
up
on
there.
top.
Very good.
And being given a Buddha for a wedding present is supposed to bring you good luck.
And you had good luck.
That's
okay. That brings us right up to now, to this point in time. Of course, we've chatted about when I first met you two. We were playing Shanghai together, and then I quit. But you're still playing Shanghai.
Oh yes, we still do.
And you do what else to keep out of mischief?
We have Scrabble.
Scrabble.
On Monday, Canasta, Tuesday.
Okay.
We're off on Wednesday.
You're off on Wednesday.
The only night off we have.
Okay, if you want to catch them, Wednesday's the day.
Because we go swim.
You swim?
Swim and walk.
And walk.
And do our exercises. And then Thursday, we go on Shanghai again.
You go to Shanghai?
Fridays, every other Friday, we go to bingo.
To bingo.
And we enjoy having fun.
Well, now, I haven't heard anything about bowling.
Bowling is Friday.
Oh, bowling. Bingo and bowling are Friday.
Yes.
Bingo in the bowling in the morning, bingo in the evening.
Now, what we might ask is, what do you do in your spare time?
We don't have spare time.
You'd think that being retired, you have you have time to do many things,
Right.
but we always find ourselves busy.
You find
We
that-
also volunteer. I volunteer at the library, and he volunteers at Renaissance, and that
Okay.
keeps us busy.
It keeps you out of mischief most of the time. All right. Now let's go back and talk about your family. You have 3 children. Tell us about.
We have 3 children, 2 boys and 1 girl. Our daughter lives in Arlington. We have a son that lives here in Kingstown, just down the parkway.
Oh my!
And the middle one, our son, the middle one lives in Milan, Italy.
Oh,
so-
and what does he do in Italy?
Well, he is an artist. He does freelance,
Interior
in
decoration.
home decoration, fashion design, pottery, and he
Ceramics.
also teaches some courses in art. And recently he told us that he is teaching English.
Okay,
To the Italians.
to the Italians. Okay. Well, he's a busy lad.
Very busy.
That's good. So I'm sure you had a good Thanksgiving. Oh, now we've got some more here.
Oh, those are the bases from Nepal.
From Nepal.
Yes.
Oh,
There are
those-
3 of them.
Three of
Where
them,
are the
yeah.
others?
they're coming.
Oh,
Those are antiques from Nepal and camel from Egypt.
Okay, that sounds right.
and
That is a picture from Nepal, an antique. That's another antique one.
I didn't know that you were taking those pictures.
She did. I snuck up on her and took some she didn't know we had. Well, we certainly appreciate your sharing, and I know that other residents are going to say thank you also. How long have you been at Green Spring?
Almost
4 years,
4
almost 4
4
years.
years, almost 4 years. So you're really settled in, aren't you?
Oh, yes.
If somebody wanted to see some of those, could they give you a call, and would you share, let them see some of your
Sure,
wonderful?
if they want to.
It's a site worthy of time.
Thank you.
And so I'm going to
Oh, there
say,
is one more there.
oh yes,
the
tell us about
cockfighting.
this.
That's an oil painting by a Filipino.
oil painting?
An oil painting of cockfighting, which is still popular in some parts in the Philippines. It's an ancient, it's a sport in ancient times. And those are birds from
of
Guatemala.
Guatemala.
Birds of
Birds of
Guatemala.
Guatemala. And we broke the quetzal, which is the national national bird
bird.
of
Wouldn't you know that
Guatemala,
would be-
and of all times it's not there anymore.
And
And
this?
that's another oil painting of a countryside scene in the Philippines.
In the
usually
Philippines.
In the Philippines. And you find that in the barrios, in the provinces.
It's beautiful.
It's very
That's
typical.
Yes, and it just makes your home warm, doesn't it?
Oh,
It
yes,
makes you
that's-
feel at home. Boy, if
Thank
you
you.
could see the expression on this face, you know I hit it that time. It's really very meaningful to you, isn't it?
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, I think that's all of our taping, and I think we've shared with people just like we wanted to. Do you have any kind of last thing you'd like to say to residents?
Well, I think the best decision that we ever made was coming to Green Spring.
And they didn't
And-
listen to me say that.
Yeah, and we feel comfortable here, and we feel lucky that we are in a place where they're just, it is such a, what do you call it, very active place. You have all kinds of
It's
choices.
lively. Yeah.
And our children doesn't have to worry anything about us.
Yeah.
We are safe here. We love it,
And they're happy.
and they're happy.
What more could we ask? And
We can't ask anything more.
No, but we need to go back just briefly and say, remember that Monday you do what?
Monday we have Scrabble.
Tuesday,
We have canasta.
Wednesday,
We go swimming.
Thursday,
Bowling. Thursday, Shanghai.
Friday,
Bingo and bowling.
and bowling. Saturday,
Saturday we go.
Visit families.
Visit
oh,
family.
you see family. Okay. That, my friends, is the prescription for a happy life at Green Spring, right?
Yes,
Okay.
we are happy.
Okay. And we thank Ben and Remi DeOlazo for sharing with us. I'm personally appreciate, and I know everybody else will tell you the same as soon as they can get to you, because they're going to have to stand in line. I'm sure of that. Okay. We really have a special announcement, and it is about the magnifiers for people with low vision. And what we want to say is those machines, those magnifiers, are there for a purpose for persons with low vision. They are very expensive machines. They are very, very important, and they